everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Carla and I am a makeup enthusiast that loves to create looks and have fun with the makeup that I already have, and occasionally I do a few reviews for you guys. But in this video, I'm going to be creating 5 looks with one palette featuring the FLORA Story palette, which is a collaboration with Oden and Amanda for Makeup Just for Fun. So if you like this kind of content where you get ideas on how to use more of your products and buying less, make sure you subscribe to my channel before you leave. And if you like videos where I show you multiple looks with one palette, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below which other palette would you like me to do multiple looks with one palette. Anyway guys, let's stop talking and let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, this is look number 1. As you can see, is very easy, very simple, and actually it was very quick to achieve. Like I said already, I am using the FLORA Story palette, which is a collaboration with Oden in Makeup Just for Fun, or Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun. And let's begin with this look. First I'm going to use this small brush. This one is my ColourPop I think it's E27. I am not sure because the number is completely erased now. Anyway, just grab any smaller brush that you have, because today I'm actually going to start with the outer corner, the darkest shade. So I'm going to grab the shade Sage, and I'm going to apply that, like I said, in my outer corner. I'm going to start by tapping, kind of giving shape already. And now I'm going to start doing circular motions towards the outside and the inside also. Doesn't matter, just blend it. Just making sure that everything looks nice, that nothing looks patchy. I did have a little bit of issues with patchiness on this eye, but it was very, it was very easy to fix. So far, so good. But again, this is look number 1. I cannot judge the palette yet. Alright, now that this is done, I'm going to grab a fluffy brush. This one, I really don't know what it is, but just a fluffy brush, guys, to blend. And I'm going to grab the shade Clever, this one right here, and start blending from inside to outside. And now the other way. Now I'm going to go back with the first brush and a little bit of product, and I'm going to tap again to make sure that the intensity is there. Now with my ring finger, I'm going to grab the shade Best Buds, and I'm going to tap that on my lid. And I'm applying a little bit more of Best Buds. I feel like this shade is not as intense as I would like it to be, so I'm just applying a little bit more. Now back with my first brush and a little bit of the shade Sage. I'm going to run this on my lower lashes, just half of my eye. And I'm going to make sure that everything over here is connected. And with whatever is left, I'm going to blend the shimmer and the darkest shade. Now with my first brush and a little bit of Clever, I'm just going to blend this shade on the bottom lashes and also apply some in the inner part of my lower lashes. And one last blend over here. And now with my pinky, I'm going to apply the shade Done, which is this white one over here, which, by the way, it's a very beautiful shade. And as you can see, I'm applying that in my inner corner as an inner corner highlighter. I feel like this shade has so much potential. Like, I am so excited to keep playing with this specific shade. Alright guys, I am done. I'm going to go ahead and apply mascara, and I will be back with the final look. Alright guys, I am back, and this is the final look. Like I said, I only applied mascara, and I also applied a green eyeliner. This one is eyeliner like in the waterline. This one is from ColourPop, and it's in the shade Glow. I believe that this one is not available anymore because it was part of a collection that was released last year, and it was the Lush Life collection. And for lips, I use the Gloss Balm from Victoria's Secret in the shade, what shade is this? Candid. I really am liking how this combination of this pink and this blush is looking with this eyeshadow. I think it just goes really well with a Color Story because, again, it has the purples, and this is a lavender base blush, and this is like a cool tone pink. I don't know. It looks very pretty. But like I said, this is look number 1. Very simple, very, I feel like even if you're in some sort of rush, you can still do this look very easily. Anyway guys, let's talk. Let's go ahead and move on into look number 2. Hey guys, this is look number 2, and I am gonna go ahead and apologize if it looks patchy over here. I had a little teary incident, and well, yeah, I feel like that affected the way that the purple got onto my lid afterwards. But it's fine. We're just gonna roll with it and work on this eye. So at first I'm gonna grab a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna be using the shade Clover, and I'm gonna start applying that in the inner corner of my crease. And I'm gonna move this Clover shade all the way to the center, and maybe a little bit past the center of my eyelid, or my crease, I'm sorry. I'm just going to play a little bit more because I feel like I need some more here in the center. Now I'm going to grab this FLORA blender brush, and I'm going to apply the shade Orchid, this one right here, on the outer portion of my crease. And I'm going to go all the way to the center where Clover starts, just to blend both nicely. And I'm also going to extend it a little bit here towards the outside of the eye, and then bring it up. I'm also going to start filling up the outer corner of my eye, or the outer V, with whatever is left in this brush, because eventually I'm going to come in with a smaller brush to deepen out the outer V. And I'm also going to bring it a little bit towards the outer corner of my lower lashes, just a little bit, because this is not the shade I'm going to use here, but I want it to have like a little bit of a smooth transition, if I may say. So yeah, just like that. And as you can see, I feel like this one went a lot better compared to this one. But again, I had a little incident. I think that the tears just, you know, made it worse or ruined this eye. Okay, I think that I am happy with how this looks like. So now I'm going to grab another brush. This one is a small brush like this. And this one is my Morphe E18. And I'm going to grab again more of that Orchid shade, which is that dark purple. And I'm just going to pack it over here on my outer corner with tapping motions. And I'm going to start blending a little bit, just circular motions on the edges of this. I'm still going to go back with the brush that I used, the other one, but I'm going to try to blend first with this one. I'm going to go back with my fair brush, no product this time, and I'm just going to carefully blend the edges of this shade so it looks a little bit less harsh, where I applied a little bit more to intensify the outer corner. And somehow it still ended up super dark, so I'm just going to grab a clean brush, and I'm going to start cleaning the edges of this with this clean brush, just like this. And obviously got super extended, so it's fine, I'll just clean that later. But that's the importance of going with just a little bit of product, guys, first, and then, you know, continue applying more if you want to build it up, but not going all in, because it just makes it harder. Alright, this part over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my powder brush, and I'm just going to start cleaning this out. Like this. See? Much better. And I am still not convinced with how this looks like. I feel like it's so hard. Let me just grab a smaller mirror and try to fix that. Okay, I think I'm happy with how this is looking like right now. I think there's a really good depth in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply the shimmers. For this, I'm going to be using the Magnolia shade, this one right here. I'm just going to apply that with my ring finger. And I'm going to apply that on the center of my eyelid and make sure that it blends with that outer corner. Also be careful to not bring it all the way up to my crease, because that's what I did with this eye, and well, it kind of ruined it. This eye is just ruined, guys. But it is what it is. That is really, really pretty. I really like that purple. Now for my inner corner, I'm going to grab the shade Best Buds, which is this green right here. And I'm going to apply that in the inner corner portion of my eyelid. And also make sure that it blends well with the purple. Now guys, let me show you something. So on my left eye, I did use a glitter glue, and on my right eye, I didn't. And as you can see, just by closing my eyes, the one side with the glitter glue, it's way brighter and those shimmers look way more punchy than they do on my right eye. So if you want to go for a very bright and bold look with those shimmers, I definitely suggest that you use a glitter glue. And if you don't, if you want something more toned down, I mean, this is still not toned down, but something softer, go without a glitter glue. Alright guys, now I'm going to work on my lower lashes. For this, I'm going to be using the shade Shroom, this one right here. And I'm going to apply that on this flat tapered brush. And I'm going to run it all over my lower lashes. Make sure that it blends well with the purple over here. Alright, I think I'm good with that. And now I'm going to grab this brush. This is a pencil brush. And I'm going to be using the shade Lush. This one right here, that bright blue shimmer. And I'm going to apply that on my brush and run it over my lower lash line. I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more because this is very not bright compared to the other eye. And I'm also going to extend it just a little bit under this purple eyeshadow. Okay, I think that's good. And last but not least, I'm going to grab this shade Done, which is that purple with my that white with my pinky. And I'm going to apply that in my inner corner. And to finish, I am going to be using this NYX Epic Wear Liner. This one is in the shade Turquoise Storm. And I'm just going to run that on my lower lash line. Or my waterline, I'm sorry. Alright guys, and this is about it. I'm gonna go off camera, finish the look, and come back. Alright guys, this is the final look number 2. As you can see, like I said, this eye is not as bright as this other side. I feel like, I mean, the difference is maybe not as noticeable on camera, but in person, I can absolutely tell which one had the eye primer. Not the eye primer, the glitter primer, and which one did not. Both eyes, like I said, are very, very pretty, but I do think that I prefer this side with the glue glitter just because it's brighter. But of course, this is just a matter of preference. If you prefer your, like I said, your shimmers to be a little bit more toned down, then don't put any glitter primer. But yeah guys, I'm sorry about my hair. My hair is just a hot mess. I feel like the longer it's getting, the less I know how to style it, and I am just not a person that has the time to be curling it and all of that, you know? It's just, no. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna go to the salon and get it chopped again, because this is too much for me. Too high maintenance. I am not a person that can deal with high maintenance with hair. But anyway guys, this is it for look number 2. Let's go ahead and jump into look number 3. Hi guys, and welcome to look number 3. As you can see, I came up with a very monochromatic look. I honestly, I wanted to come up with something very simple, and yet I still think that this is not as simple as I thought it was going to be, you know, in my head. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to start with the shade Orchid, and I'm applying that with a ColourPop E23. I'm just going to apply it here on my outer corner. And I'm going to grab my mirror because I'm also going to start running it on my lower lashes. That way I make sure, oh wait a second. That way I make sure that everything is connected right here. And again, because I have a hooded lid, I gotta go above my hood and then start filling this out. Now I'm going to apply the shade Azalea in a more fluffy brush, and I'm going to start blending these edges and bringing some of that Azalea shade into the crease. Or into all of the crease, I'm sorry. And I'm also going to blend a little bit over here on the bottom part of this outer corner, just so everything is nice and smooth and nothing is super harsh. Now back with my first brush, I'm going to add a little bit more of that orchid shade just to add intensity or depth to this outer corner. Alright, I'm back with a little bit of Azalea in the second brush. Just going to blend these edges very carefully. Now I'll be using the shade Shroom, and I'm going to grab that on a Morphe M332, and I'm just going to run it all over my crease to blend things a little bit more. And one more time, back with my second brush and no product, just bringing that purple back. And last but not least, intensifying again a little bit this outer corners with whatever it's left in my brush. Now with a flat brush, I'm going to be adding some glitter glue to my lid. Now with my finger, I'm going to apply the shade Magnolia, this one right here, all over my lid. Now, I don't know if you can tell the difference between this eye and this eye. This one is a lot more purple, and this one, I mean, not a lot more purple, it's just the shimmer is like just purple and silver in my opinion, and this one has more dimension. This is because, I mean, and you can leave it like this, or you can do the next step, which is what I did. And for this, I'm going to apply the shade Dawn on top of that shimmer. And this will give to it more dimension. It just looks so beautiful. Again, like I said, I was going for a simple look, but I ended up with a very, not complicated look, but a little bit more dramatic. Now with my first brush and no product, I'm going to start mixing, not mixing, but blending this too, so there's no harsh lines and there's a smooth transition between the shimmer and the matte. Now back with my second brush and a little bit of that Azalea shade, I'm going to run it over here where I put the shimmer, just on the crease, so all the shimmer also gets nice and blended onto the crease. Now with the first brush and a little bit more of that orchid shade, I'm just going to finish tracing the bottom eyelashes. And with my second brush and a little bit of Azalea, I'm just going to blur or blend this out. And last but not least, I'm going to apply a little bit of Dawn in my inner corner, which is that multi-shift white color. And that is it. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of the look off camera, and I will be back with the final look. Alright guys, I am back, and this is the final look. All I did was to apply mascara and then some water eyeliner, and for this I used the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Amethyst Hour. I finally purchased it again, but look at this. It doesn't work. Well, I guess now it closed, but what I tried to say is, like, look at this. It won't close. It's fine. It'll just stay like this forever and can't travel with it anywhere, basically. But yeah, that was about it. Like I said, some mascara, some water eyeliner, and just my lips. And that's about it, guys. I try to keep it simple, but it is not that simple, or not that toned down. Anyway, it's still very pretty. I really, really like it. But like I said, this is it. So let's go ahead and jump into look number 4. Hello guys, and welcome to day number 4. Before we begin, I just want to say that if you see me acting weird or anything, I just drank too much coffee, and yes, I got the jitters, so I'm a little shaky and a little, I don't know, too much caffeine, yeah, so, yeah, dismiss that, please. Anyway, guys, this is a look that I came up with. Honestly, I'm not very convinced about it, but I also think it's because of the coffee, you know, I don't know. But I also feel that every month whenever I'm creating, you know, this 5 looks 1 palette, there's always one look that I'm not convinced about. And I think this is the one. but I'm still going to walk you through it, and maybe at the end, whenever I have mascara and everything on, it'll, you know, come together or look better at least. So let's begin. I'm going to start with the shade Shroom, this one right here, on a fluffy brush. This is my Morphe M332. And I'm just going to put that all over my crease. And just so you know, I didn't tap it because I want as much pigment as possible on my crease. I'm actually going to apply a little bit more. And I'm also going to apply it on my outer corner. I was not going to use the purples, but I ended up doing it. And the blues and everything. I just started mixing everything together, guys. So I'm going to walk you exactly the way I did this eye, because at the beginning it was looking very, very different. Next, I'm going to grab the shade Best Buds, this one right here, and I'm going to apply that all over my lid. This time I'm not using a glitter glue because originally this is the look that I wanted to create. But then I said, you know what? Let's put some more stuff in. So now after this, I'm just going to blend over here. And like I said, this is the look that I was going for. But I was like, no, you know what? Let's do something more creative. So to make that happen, we're going to add a little bit of orchid, or a lot of it, on our outer corner. And I am applying it with a Morphe E18 brush. Again, I'm going to start with the outer corner like this. And I'm going to grab my mirror so I can see. This is what I'm talking about. I am very jittery. Not the best idea to drink that venti coffee. And here's the thing. I never drink a venti size coffee. I always go for the grande. I don't like to have the big one. It's just not too much. But my favorite one is the iced brown sugar oatmeal chicken espresso. And I have noticed that it tastes better whenever you order the venti than the grande, because the grande tastes a lot more like coffee than the venti. The grande tastes more like coffee. Yes. So I was like, you know what? I'll just order the venti. Why not? It's fine. I drink my coffee very slowly. Well, guys, it was still too much caffeine. Doesn't matter how slowly I did it. Now I'm gonna go back with my first brush, the one for the shroom shade, and I am going to start blending this out. So yeah, it feels like I drank a lot of pre-workout, which is not fun. Ooh, haven't had this feeling in a long time. Alright, I think this is good. Now I'm going to add more of that orchid shade on my little brush. As you can see, I made it very dark on the other side. Actually, this side is kind of dirty. But again, the jitters, the shakiness, I just can't be as precise, unfortunately. But that's good, because I'm not going anywhere tonight, so this is just for you guys. The other day, I got a comment that said, like, oh, did you chug a coffee? I love your energy. This time, I didn't chug it. I still had too much coffee, though, so yes. Today's energy is sponsored by Starbucks. And back with my first brush and a little bit of shroom, I'm just going to blend things out. And one more time, I thought about leaving it here, just blending this too, but I didn't. I decided that it was a good idea to add the shade Lush. So now we're going to add the shade Lush onto our lid. I'm going to grab a little bit. Well, that was not a little bit. And I'm just going to place it on top of this Best Buds shade. And I'm actually going to extend it all the way on top of that orchid, or that very dark purple shade, because I like the mix of those two. Like, it looks pretty. I don't know. I'm going to grab a little bit more and place it on top of these. And back with the brush that I used for the shade, for the purple shade, I'm just going to start mixing this up here. And I'm also going to go over the purple side. That's how I got purple over here. Just with whatever is left. There's no need to apply any more shade. Maybe we do need to apply a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a little bit of orchid, tiny bit, and I'm going to start applying it over here on the outer corner. on top of this blue shade. And now move it towards the crease, because I don't want to apply too much. Again, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing because I'm very jittery. Just, I got so anxious at first and now I'm getting like, Anyway, doesn't matter. Back with my first brush and no product, I'm just gonna start blending things out. Now with my second brush, the Morphe E18, I'm gonna grab a little bit of Orchid and I'm gonna run that on my lower lashes. I will just do this. Just like that. And with a little bit of the Shroom shade in my first brush, I am going to blend this shade. Now with my pinky, guys, I'm going to grab the shade Best Buds, and I'm going to apply that on my inner corner. And looking at things right now, I think that this side has more blue than this side, so I'm just going to apply a little bit more so it matches the other side. Okay, I think that's better. And now, guys, I'm just going to go off camera, finish the eye look, and come back with the final look. Alright, guys, I am back, and this is the final look. And like I said, sometimes you just need to see it all finished for it to come together. I actually like it this time. As you can see, I added a little bit of eyeliner on top, like a graphic eyeliner over here. This side didn't turn out as good because of two things. One, I have a double fold on my eyelid, so that made it difficult, plus the shakiness of that coffee that I said earlier. But on the right eye, it's actually pretty good. And I added that over here and also over here, but this is like not that noticeable. And with my blush, as you can see, I also went like a little bit up here on both sides just to create a more, I don't know, more dramatic, more editorial, whatever look. It's not really editorial, but you know, just a more dramatic look. Let me tell you what I used for my water eyeliner. I used the Creme gel liner in the shade Amethyst Hour from ColourPop, and for that graphic eyeliner, I used the E.L.F, this one right here, and it's in the shade Pink Opal. So those are the two things that I used, plus mascara. I was going to put eyelashes this time. I was like, this look actually deserves eyelashes, but I realized that my eyelash glue, it's completely dry, so that was not possible. I could have added black eyeliner, but honestly, I'm not a big fan of it anymore. And it has a lot to do with the fact that I have hooded eyelids. So yeah, that was just a no, and just some lipstick. That's about it. And like I said, guys, I really like it. It turned out better than I thought. So I hope that you guys like this look as much as I did now. And now let's go ahead and jump into look number 5. Welcome to look number 5. This is the look that I came up with. As you can see, it's very pastel, very springy vibes in my opinion, and it goes perfectly with what I am wearing today and with how the weather is looking outside. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using this shade Clover, this one right here, on a fluffy brush, and I'm going to apply that all over my outer corner and like all the way up to the center of my eye. That's about it. And I'm gonna go past the center over here on the crease just a little bit, where the purple and the green are going to mix. And I'm just gonna tap it here to add a little bit more depth without applying any more product, and blend again. Now I'm going to apply the shade Azalea on a blender brush, and I'm gonna put that on the inner part of my crease, and I'm gonna overlap it with the other green over here in the center and extending it a little bit more past the center of the eyelid. Or I'm sorry, past the center of the crease. Now I'm going to grab the first brush and mix here again where both shades mixed. Now I'm going to apply some glitter glue with a flat brush, and I'm going to apply that all over my lid, and I will be very careful. I'll try to trace here like kind of like a cut crease, but not so much. Now I'm going to grab the shade Magnolia on my finger, And I'm gonna pat that on my lid. Now I'm going to grab the shade Misty. And I'm gonna apply that over here on the green side and where that purple shade ends. And with whatever is left on my other finger, just tapping over here on top of that green. Now back with my second brush and a little bit of that purple shade called Azalea, I'm going to blend over here the edges of this shimmer. And I'm going to do the same with that Clover shade on the green side. Now I'm going to apply some more of that Clover shade on the outer third of my bottom lashes and make sure that I connect this green with the rest of my makeup up here. I'm going to go actually all the way to the middle. And now with the same brush that I used for the purple, I'm going to apply a little bit of Azalea. I'm just going to press over here and also run it on top of that green just a little bit in the center where they both connect. Now guys, let's do the inner corner for this. I originally started with Dawn, but I wasn't convinced. But because I did that, it obviously changed the way that it looks now. So I'm going to start with Dawn. I'm going to apply that on my pinky and in my inner corner. And now on top of that Dawn shade, I'm applying the shade Best Buds, which is that light green shimmer. And that is it, guys. I'm gonna go off camera and finish the rest of the makeup and come back with the final look. Alright guys, I am back and this is the final look. Honestly, out of the 5 of them, this is definitely my favorite one. And I think it's just because it's pastels. I really like pastel colors on me. I don't know, that's just my thing. But let me tell you what I did to finish up the look. I, of course, applied mascara. And I just applied water eyeliner. I started with this one, which is the ColourPop in the shade Amethyst Hour, but I was not liking how that was looking, so I put on top of that this one over here, which is also a ColourPop cream gel liner in the shade Glow, or A Glow. But this one I don't think it's in stock anymore. It's been discontinued because it was from a collection, and you know ColourPop, they just keep discontinuing stuff. But just for reference, this is like a glowy green in case that you want to find something similar. I'm pretty sure that NYX has something that looks like this. Other than that, that is it, guys. Well, of course, the blush and the lipstick, which it's linked in the description box down below because those are the products that I use, or that I picked on my Shop My Stash video. But other than that, that is it, guys. I really, really like this look. I'm very excited for this and to wear it throughout the day. So, yes. That is it for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video and the 5 looks with one palette that I created with the FLORA Story palette from Oden's Eye and Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun. But before you leave, make sure that you comment down below which look is your favorite and let me know if you picked up this palette or not. And that's about it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on that bell notification button so you don't miss any single one of my videos. And I will see you on the next one. Bye!